Hey everyone, this is Jack with the Cardboard Herald, and today we're going over 5 quick tips that anyone can apply in order to up their King is Dead game. So, our first tip is don't sleep on passing. Yes, you have 8 possible actions related to your cards, but the 9th often overlooked action is passing, taking no action, because you have so few ways of interacting with the game that you sometimes want to consolidate your power, let things slide, see how they pan out, and then use your cards to work with the way the game is going. Let other players burn out their cards. If you spend all your time focusing on early power struggles, then you're not going to be able to dictate the outcomes of the final most important rounds. But on the other hand, my second tip is don't wait until the end of the game to play all of your actions. Yes, you may start thinking in 5D chess here that you're like, oh, I'm going to let everyone else play out all of their cards and I will have all the cards for the final 2 power struggles and be able to dictate everything perfectly. But the way this game works is that it collapses in on itself. You're going to have fewer and fewer options for how you're going to impact the game as a whole, because cubes are removed after a power struggle and you can't later affect the outcome of a power struggle that already happened. If you wait until the last 2 or 3 or even 4 rounds to play any cards, then you're going to have fewer cubes to work with, fewer regions to manipulate around, and you won't be able to as efficiently capitalize on the tides of battle. Speaking of capitalization, our third tip is to invest in at least 2 factions. I don't care whether it's English or Welsh or Scottish. Make sure that you aren't in a situation where you have fully dedicated yourself to one and only one faction. Not only does taking those cubes off the board in order to show that you have fealty from the English result in less cubes that are on the board that are English that can fight for their dominance. I have a cat here. Okay, bud. All right. That was Tiberius. Anyway, not only do they have fewer cubes on the board that can result in them having the dominance that creates the positive outcomes for you, but also if you only dedicate it to one faction, then you can't pivot as the game turns. This game is all about seizing the right opportunities at the right time and saying sayonara to the existing alliances that you had and moving in another direction. You have so much more flexibility if you invest in at least 2 factions. Number 4, if there's an early tie, I'm talking in the first 3 rounds, then consider pivoting your game to force a French invasion and try to outfit yourself with having sets of cubes. Other players are going to instinctively try to focus on 1 or 2 factions, as we were just talking about. But if you can even smell the possibility of being able to make a tie happen, then at least have 1 of each of the faction cubes, and then see if you can force an immediate French invasion victory for yourself. My last tip, which is exclusive to playing in the advanced variant, which as far as I'm concerned is the only way to play The King is Dead, is that when you are playing the advanced variant where every player has 3 asymmetric cards as part of their 8-card loadout, hold off on revealing what those cards are until the last possible critical moment where they can have the biggest impact. Because you have so few actions, information is key. What you play divulges so much about what you have left in your hand, and if your opponents are left guessing until later on in the game what you could possibly do to affect the board, that is going to be such a leg up for yourself. Yes, use your cards to the best effect, even if it's early on in the game, but consider holding off on revealing those cards because it can be such a surprise and decisive turn of events later on in the game. And those are our 5 quick tips that anyone can apply in order to up their game when it comes to The King is Dead. Have you utilized any of these? If so, let us know. And if you have any tips because you're a King is Dead master, then I want to hear all about them so that way other players can benefit from them. If you want to see more of these strategy videos, then we'd love to hear that and let us know what games you'd like to see in the future. Thanks for watching. I've been Jack for the Cardboard Herald. If If you enjoyed this video, we have all kinds of other reviews, interviews, and recommendations via writing, podcast, and video here on our channel and website cardboardherald.com. Our content is audience supported, so if you want to show your support, please visit our Patreon. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Cardboard Herald.